Well, hi guys. Happy Sunday. Today we are just going to talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because it was a dense episode and there's a lot of dialogue that needs to be discussed. And Kendrick, whoa, what?
Oh wait, do that first. Do that first. I'm ready.
Yes. You keep messing up your cue. Okay.
I know every week.
I just need to point that out.
Every week.
Kendrick, you ready?
I am.
And then
shake my head. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah. Hi guys. Look at all the fans. Hi guys.
Where them fans at? Bow. You know what I always think? The people that don't watch us on YouTube every week are like, oh my God, look how many fans are here. Look how many fans. They're probably like, they are so obnoxious. No, we're talking about the fan emojis, okay?
So many fan emojis. Actually, I could probably start saying that. So many fan emojis.
Right. Our adoring fan emojis.
Adoring fan emojis. All right. So I want to start us off today with a clip that is from Watch What Happens Live.
Ooh.
When Meredith was on back in October.
Okay, I love when you get high tech.
And so this statement, I was like, I want to come back to this once we see how this plays out. Okay, so so did you hear that, Kendrick? I saw that you were messing with your headphones.
I did, yes. And I actually remember that Watch What Happens Live.
Reactive abuse.
Yes.
I had never heard of that, by the way. I had never heard of reactive abuse.
We say, because we have like a saying, we say you can't be mad by someone's reaction when you did like wrong to them. That she gave it a whole clinical name that ain't nobody ever heard of. Like that's Meredith Marks for you, but yeah.
Yeah, no, she said it. She said it like it was some sort of known terminology that we all like. Oh, reactive abuse. Yes, that's a thing that we all have discussed. And what that is you reacting to someone. They abuse you for the reaction.
Abuse for abuse. Yes.
It's just like so dramatic and so not real.
No.
But I feel like I'm going to say something pretty bold.
Ooh.
But I kind of like don't really care at all.
Okay.
Because I have been documenting Meredith Marks for years now, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And she has been blacking out for years now, you see. And she has been narrowly escaping some genuine concerns about the way she consumes substances. Has it been beyond entertaining? Yeah. Like, are you kidding? All of her weird British accents that she suddenly goes into. Season 2, when they get up to Vale and they're having their whole conversation about Mary Cosby when she's gone to bed and Lisa's like giving them all the tea, but then she's like, no, I didn't. That whole conversation. Mm-hmm. Meredith has this one line that I should have pulled the clip, honestly, because I literally say this once a day minimum. And it's just a small little line, but it was she went into such a British accent that I was like, that cannot be real. If you watch the scene, you will know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes.
She says she's talking about how she spoke with Mary earlier that day, and Mary said, you know what, church doesn't have negative feedback. And I thought that was a fair answer. It was so absurd. And so like, I was just like, this cannot be. And I play in my head all the time. I say it all. And then I thought that was a fair answer, just in that weird accent. Like, what happened, Meredith? But that is like just one example. Okay.
Yes.
She's always getting too fucked up somehow on a flight.
I mean, think about You Can Leave. Like that whole, she went British then too. Like that was a whole thing.
Whenever Meredith goes British, you know that's your sign. Okay?
It's like me every time a new season of Bridgerton drops. I always think I'm a part of the family, so I'm always like that whole week. I'm like, oh, yes, I will summer here. This, I will vacation there. Yes,
I totally relate right now because like if I'm watching something that's British, I'll
Right.
start talking in a British accent in my head too, because I'm like, we are all British.
It's the worst with Love Island UK. We all every time it's so bad. It's
That's
so
when
bad.
it is the worst. Honestly,
Yes.
that is when it is the worst, because I can't say a damn thing without a British accent in
Me
my
neither. And then it's like the slang too. It's just everything. It's like, oh God, I'm about to be a nightmare at work. It's okay.
head. Totally. So I say all that with love to Meredith.
Yes.
But she has so far this season not participated enough for me to like. Yes, has she done a few things? Yes, but like she's done this season after season. She skates by and she doesn't like fully get into it until she gets to the reunion, and then it's like I feel like this is a fair time to take on this criticism for Meredith. Like, Meredith, you might have a bit of a substance issue because you really don't remember last season when they were in Mexico. She did not remember that she made up with Angie at the dinner. Then when the next dinner came and Brittany was being all weird, being like, I heard you throwing up. Meredith was like coming up with an excuse. She was like, I was crying and upset about the slut shaming. And they were like, what? We made up. Like, I swear Meredith did not. She was like, what are you talking about?
Right.
So this is constantly happening with her. So going into this, I just wanted to say that going into this episode.
Yes, because it comes up. So it's relevant.
But also like her deflecting away from it this episode is masterful. But it also felt like this is I feel like she's been one false move away from an intervention in her life in general. Maybe even with production.
Oh, couldn't go the Jax Taylor route. It wasn't that severe, maybe necessarily. But now, okay, I got you. I'm seeing where
at the end of the day, they have to like take care of her. Like when they went to where'd they go with Monica? Where was that?
Palm Spring, no.
They went to
the international. Bermuda.
Barbados.
Was the Bermuda Triangle? It was something super weird like that.
Why the hell can I remember that? That's crazy.
You know what? I'll look.
It's like on the tip of my tongue. But now I can just see grease in my head for some reason. But when they went there, Meredith was sick getting off the plane. And they were in the bus or the van on the way to the airport. And Meredith was like Bermuda. Okay. So Meredith was like freezing. And she's like, excuse me, sir, to the bus driver. Can you please turn it up and make it warmer? And Heather's like, nope, don't listen to her. She's a crazy lady. Here, honey, like lay down and, sip your tea and warm up that way or whatever. Give her like a blanket. But she was like kind of passing out, sitting there, but then claimed later she was clearly sick. And that's why she couldn't go run and get her room with the bathtub. And they all knew that. And I'm like, I swear productions, because then they had remember she was getting her makeup done laying in bed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And she was like, I don't even know what's going on. Like, so there's always something. There's always something.
There's always something. You're right.
But on this cast, there's always something. So it's kind of easy to like have it not need to be like if this was Beverly Hills, this would be every single season would be like, Meredith, you're drinking. Meredith, you're pill popping. You know what I mean? Like it would be, that's all they would focus on, just like stare at her.
Literally, yeah.
So but on this show, they can just keep moving.
On this one too, they have so many other people that will get like just because like Whitney and Heather will get like blackout randomly too, like throughout the season at a lunch or who else? At a lunch, right? Not Mary. Mary, I feel like Mary knows. She's like, you ain't catching me on camera doing none of that. So it's normally one of those two. Every night, and Lisa will have like a crash out moment too. Very often. So it's you're right. It's very easy to deflect onto those things when they happen. And then we forget all about Mary. Why was Meredith speaking British 2 episodes ago? We completely forget. So we're just like, oh, well, okay, here we go. We'll focus on these guys instead, the cousins.
Yeah. So Mary, I love that Mary's bringing us back to Walters.
Yeah, I'd love a callback. And they did it kind of on Potomac too. I love how they like Salt Lake City and Potomac have kind of been step in step this season with like the kind of stuff that they've done, and I love that they've both been doing like a lot of callbacks. And like Potomac did like the Reasonably Shady party, you know, that was one of their best episodes back in season 6, I think it was, when they had that party in Giselle's driveway, and everyone was trying to make their way down the driveway that season to get to her house, and it was an active construction scene. And like we have this, like they're both really doing a lot of callbacks to like make the viewers. I like it. The two fresher shows doing the callback.
Especially because I forgot how funny the Walters thing was.
Yes.
and Walter is upset. Like that was iconic. Like that was
he
so
passed
good.
away, didn't he?
Huh?
Right?
I think so.
R.I.P. Walter.
Mary gives them all beta fish as party favors. And I have to say, Whitney's right. They are fighting fish, and you cannot have. I made that mistake in college. We got a fish tank. And we did not care. We didn't listen to anybody when they were like, well, you cannot put them in the same thing. You have to like separate them in the tank. And we got this one little puffer fish, or it was so cute, but it literally, we woke up one day and all the other fish were all white and just all facing one direction, looking terrorized. And that little puffer fish was like swimming around. So then we had to put the puffer fish in its own little net. And then it was like it kept like trying to get to the other fish. It was not a joke.
No, there seriously has to be like an age restriction on fish, because I feel like we all experiment with fish in college and we never make the right decisions. I feel like I bought a fish that was like clearly way too big for the tank I had. I was like, why did I get like this? Is like cruel and unusual punishment. Then I had to go back, and then he hated that one. His fan got it was a lot going on. I'm like, oh, I hate all of this. I'm never eating animals again. And now Sox is terrorizing me every day. So there we go.
Yeah, but I swear fish seem like the easy thing, but they're still
they're
animals.
So not. Exactly. They're so not.
And it always is like a college thing. Like everyone in college, like that's when you make that choice.
Right. Exactly.
And you should not be.
I'm focusing on the wrong thing, but did she give them tops to go on the fish tanks, or were they just like open tanks? Do you remember? Because she had them in little, like, I feel like that's hard to travel with, Mary. Like Brahma was kind of right. She was like, oh, this feels like homework almost when you got to give me this to take like, away with me.
Thanks.
Like, give
me
a purse.
Keep this alive now?
Right. Give me a purse. Like, what are we doing?
I'm obsessed with this part. When Meredith and Lisa get there, Angie says, Mary, your guests are here. I don't know why. I love that so much, because that's the perfect amount of shade. And it's like, they're not your friends anymore. They're Mary's friends.
No, that's literally, I clipped that and put it on Threads this week, because it reminds me of like when you invite like your friend somewhere and they show up with one of their friends and you're like, who is this? Like this was dinner for two. Like, who the hell is this person that you brought randomly to me? No, ma'am. No. Now I gotta act like I like this person, and I can't wait when they go to the bathroom to tell you how much I hate that you brought them. Now,
you better hope they never go to the bathroom, because I'm gonna make your life hell.
Mm-hmm.
Did we notice Bronwyn has a new confessional look with long extensions? But I gotta say, I don't like her with long hair.
She's kind of she's Bobbiana. She needs to bob. Yeah.
She needs she rocks a bob. But then like it even kind of looked like the hair wasn't quite blended, or maybe I'm just so used to seeing her in a bob that I was just like confused. Like I was like, why does it keep going?
Right. Maybe it's part of the dress. Who knows? Right.
Yeah. They are drinking 2003 Dom Perignon. I'm so glad Heather remembers the insane introduction Mary gave them the first time.
Yes.
In 2003, it was a heat wave. 5,600 people died, and it made the best grapes of all time.
Jesus.
So many questions. Was it because they died? Like, were they like in the soil and they made the grapes? Like, what are you talking about?
Because I would have thought that like the huge heat would have made like raisins out of them or something. Like, what are we like? I don't know. I don't know much about. Listen, I don't claim to be a meteorologist or precipitation person. I don't know, but that just feels interesting.
Also, 2003, there was a heat wave that killed 5,600 people.
Yeesh.
A heat wave?
Yeesh.
You know, like for some reason in my mind, I was like, oh, this is from like the colonial times or something. But like, no, this was 2003.
August 2003, a major tragedy struck France. Heat. 14,802 people died
Shut
by
up.
the hot, dry air that smothered the country for a fortnight. Oh, not a fortnight.
Woo!
Goodness.
Woo!
Oh, you know,
What?
I can't handle the Memphis heat, so I couldn't imagine. Good, exactly.
Excuse me right
Ooh.
now.
No,
Oh
no,
my God. Okay, so she wasn't kidding.
no.
Well, that is so funny that happens to be the best year for Tom Perignon.
Right. They're like, I hate that it happened, but
They're like, but
also,
damn,
right.
like, we can, all right.
Mm.
Mary lets them know that she did not invite Brittany and why she did not invite Brittany, and they flash back to that conversation. But the part I was most shocked about is Mary has a dog.
That kind of dog too, because you would think
That
like
kind of
Chihuahua.
dog.
Yeah, you would think Chihuahua or Shih Tzu or something. Exactly. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, that dog looks like it gets messy. And
I know. What are those movies when we were kids? The dog that had like always had slob in its mouth and
the Beethoven one.
was it Beethoven? Like that's what that dog reminds me of. Like I could not see Mary Cosby with a Beethoven.
Yeah, like
That's
it just like you said, she's so weird about germs and stuff. And I just was like, wait a minute, not just a dog, but a dog that you can tell like gets dirty. Like I love a big dog. I love dogs, big dogs.
Yeah,
like, they're the best. You want to mess with them, but like not Mary.
and you know what? I always like put the caveat in there. Dogs photograph weird too. So like that dog literally could have been 100 pounds or 7. Like I can never tell how big a dog is unless we like get comparison to a human, and they were only showing him like off to the side. So I was like, damn it, how big is that dog? Like I can never tell how big a dog truly is just based on like video or like still photo. It's
And
really
then
hard.
Mary said, I said, give me a paw if you think I should invite her. And I'm like, you would be willing to touch your dog's paw?
Right.
Just feels like so not. And I want to see it. I would like to see content with Mary and the dog, please.
Let's see it.
Please.
Give it to me. I'm here for it.
I would like to see it. All right. So then Mary says, she opens up. All right. I feel like if Brittany can apologize, we should be able to come together and say, I'm sorry that I offended you. And Heather goes, oh my gosh, are you listening, Lisa? Are you listening to what Mary's saying? Okay, girl, you're going to, it's, yeah.
Very heavy-handed.
Mary goes, is this a fight?
Right. Like, should I proceed or are we waiting? Like, what are we doing right now?
Is this a pause that I need to take?
Right.
But I'm so glad that, okay, Heather says, I was deeply offended by the plane. And Mary's like, well, what were you upset about? I swear Heather had to think about that for a second.
She did. No, she did.
She was like, well, I was hurt that this really great, amazing trip ended up in Brittany being corralled off the plane. I'm like, that's not really like you weren't deeply offended.
Right. You literally like that answer came together perfectly for you, but like that's not what you were offended about. This is like it's hard for them to beat these allegations of the women are like making this bigger than it was when like you're taking on Brittany's pain for her. Like you have to let Brittany have that. Like caught them to the carpet for sure. Like we need that on reality TV, but like it's almost like you were the one that was being abused on the plane and not Brittany at this point.
Exactly. And that like just because Brittany was crying so much, you know, like I know she was milking it.
Yeah.
But when Meredith says, I was reacting to her malicious actions, I was like, see, but you weren't, because it was like that wasn't happening. Like it had already happened. You'd made your peace. You'd already said what you said on the yacht in the morning, but like, so you weren't reacting. She wasn't, unless she was talking to her and she doesn't remember. I don't know. But like, no, Meredith, you were in a loop. You were in like a weird, like fucked up loop.
Yeah. All
right. So she's
for some reason
sticking with that version too. She's like, I was venting to a friend and crying. I'm like,
It literally is. And in my mind, it's exactly the way that TikToker that you put up did it. Because every week I'm always saying, like, oh, little girl made it to first class. Look at her. That's literally exactly how I picture this whole confrontation starting. Her jabbing at her about being in first class. You can't tell me
100%.
otherwise.
100%. But Meredith or Whitney's version is that she was taunting Brittany, but Lisa and Meredith keep repeatedly saying, no, she never talked to Brittany, as if she wasn't right in front of them.
Right.
On the plane. You know what I mean? She's like, you guys know she was right there though. Like you can't tell me that you don't consider talking about someone who's right in front of you. You know what I mean?
It's like they're saying that like it was aggressive behavior, but Lisa's like, no, it was passive aggressive, not aggressive. It was just passive aggression. It's like, we kind of hate both though. Like, let's not do either.
Yeah, right. It was never looking at Brittany directly. It was like, okay, but she was literally right there.
Right.
But I died when Whitney said this in her confessional. She says Meredith has ranges of emotion and tone and volume. We were in the disgusting and vile range for a solid 2 hours. And then they flash back to the van where you are vile. You are utterly disgusting. And it's like, oh, I hear it. Like I hear it. I see it.
That's 100%.
Perfect. Yep.
And that's crazy because we can make a scale of Meredith like with her reactions over the years. So
it's like she nailed it. Like
Meredith.
Whitney got her there. Like you got her there. But I want to put so Lisa has a confessional moment and she says a word. And I thought, she goes, the fact that these girls exacerbated this into something that it wasn't is kind of bullshit. Put a pin in that.
Okay.
Because I was like, that's a new one for Lisa.
Okay, girl.
But then I see what happens later in this episode, and I'm like, oh, Meredith said it. And she loves to find a new word and say it.
You said that before too. Okay.
So I'm clocking it. Whitney goes, you terrorized her for 5 hours. And Meredith says, well, I slept and watched 2 movies, so it was not 2 hours. Try again. But then I did not see this coming. Heather goes, what movie did you watch?
Boom.
Thank God Lisa was able to save her ass because you could see the blank. She had no idea.
No. She did not think this through.
When Lisa says Crazy Rich Asians, she goes Crazy Rich Asians and another title I don't remember.
I can remember it. It wasn't very memorable. No. No.
Girl.
Okay.
Okay. Then Angie, I mean, this was some great interrogating, guys. Angie goes, then what happened at the end of Crazy Rich Asians? Thank God Lisa was there to describe. Lisa's description of the ending was so hilarious, though. He goes on the plane and he like stops everyone and like he's like, I want to marry you. I was going to do it by a pond. And then they have like synchronized swimmers or something. And Meredith's like, I obviously fell asleep before the end because I didn't see that part.
I fully thought she was going to be like, exactly. That's exactly what happened. Yes. The best part of this whole part was, I don't know if you clocked it in the background, but as Lisa's describing it, Mary goes, was it good?
Yes, I did see that.
She wants to add it to her list. She's like, okay, I might go watch that then.
I might add that on. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Whitney goes, were you sleep talking? Because I heard you the whole flight. And Meredith, this is where the denial, this is where I'm starting to see the crumbling. Because Meredith's always denied things that she said that we saw her do and stuff. It's just like what Meredith's always done.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm going to try not to do this, but my throat has been killing me since Thanksgiving. And I'm trying not to like clear my throat. Anyway.
Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do.
Excuse me, people. All right, we're back.
God.
I know. I was like nervous today.
Double Stanley sips. Look what.
But anyway, so Meredith goes, well, that's impossible. That's impossible. And Angie's like, I heard you 3 rows in front of you. And Meredith goes, it's not true. And I'm like, oh, Meredith, I can see her kind of losing it. I really I could see her being like, I actually don't remember what happened. Heather's like, do you feel bad that Brittany was upset? And Meredith can't. She's like, I feel badly that I hurt Brittany's feelings. And Bronwyn clocks that and goes, well, feeling badly is different from sorry. Are you sorry you hurt her feelings?
Boom.
I'm sorry that she, long pause, heard me venting. Then she says, but I am entitled to my feelings. And Heather hits her with something. She's like, you lost the right to cry when you guys harassed her on the plane. Oh, now Meredith's like, I am going to harp on this.
Oh, yeah. Now I can position myself as a victim again in this situation. Now it's tennis. It was in Brittany's court. Nope. Now it's back in mine because now y'all aren't allowing me to have feelings, and that is wrong.
So I am now the victim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so then Heather starts to explain whatever happened on the plane. You guys became the bullies. So, but then wait, Heather also says you were telling us to take notes, which I can see that. Everyone take note. See what I'm like. This is not going to fly. You talk about my marriage and this is what will happen. Okay. Mm-hmm. You are done. I could hear it. But now, but Meredith is now deliberately not speaking at all. And Mary goes, please say something. Well, I lost my privilege to speak, so I won't speak that time.
For a lawyer, she really fights like very childish, and it always cracks me up. She's like, oh, you told me not to talk, so I'll never speak again. It's like, okay, well, I literally want you to stop speaking so I can say a word and then you can respond. But okay.
Yeah, like, I want you to respond to what I'm saying.
Right, exactly.
But Meredith's confessional. She's like, Heather should just be a human being and not a judgmental bitch.
Ooh.
Damn. Ooh. Damn. Now, something I note in this scene, Lisa does keep having Meredith's back.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing Lisa might have had a point about Meredith not returning the favor when it's her turn.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I saw Lisa like being the only one going, I think Meredith has a right to her feelings. She can freak out. Like, I think that was like, oh yeah, Meredith doesn't do any of that for her.
Right. That's so true. And I didn't clock it until just now because literally this is very different energy than that like premiere camping, glamping, whatever thing that was where, because I mean, Meredith did say something. She was like, she asked the question, but it was mostly Brittany doing the defending, not her. So
yes,
I see it now.
Yeah,
I see it.
Like, I mean, if Lisa didn't go so hard, then maybe, but like Lisa's like, I do. And so you got to return that favor. All right. Heather tries to bust Lisa and say, like, you knew it was a bad situation, but you didn't know how to navigate it because why didn't you go through customs with us? This gets so insane. Lisa suddenly says, I actually have global entry and should have used it. Now, the reason why this is such a weird thing for her to say is she didn't use her global entry. Like, let's pretend she didn't know she had it until this flight. Fine.
Right. Which is weird.
If you have global entry and you wait in line at customs for hours, you just don't.
Right.
Like,
no, that's weird.
Don't.
That's weird as hell. Like, first of all, speaking of someone who has global entry, because y'all know, don't play with me. I always like if I have to go out of the country and come back, I'm not forgetting because you know why? I had to go down, I had to make an appointment, I had to go in that little ass room with the man and the other man, and then they do the prints and the stuff, and you got to go through a whole thing to have global entry. It gives you TSA pre-check. So if let's say you do forget. During 5 hours, you're gonna remember. Like, you can't. That's not something you can just like send. Like, oh, John, I really need global entry. Go down to the airport and go get it for me. You can't do that. That's something that you're doing. So that whole problem when she was like, I don't have it. I'm like, well, then why weren't you in line with them? Everything about that made no sense to me.
Yeah, it's a bad lie.
It's
a bad lie. It was like to flex on them. To avoid answering the question.
Right. And just so y'all know, global entry is literally like $110. I think when I had it was like $100. You can get either just like TSA pre-check was like 85 for 5 years, or I think it's 5 years, or global entry for 5. And so like you might as well just bump up so you can go through
Bump up to
customs faster.
global.
Exactly. So no, I mean, Lisa, it's not really the flex that you think it is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
great to have it. A lot of people don't, but I'm just saying.
It also like would just be, it's like it makes you look weird. Like if you have it, you don't stand in line at customs for hours.
Right.
Hours. You know, like
girl.
1 hour, fine, but like at no point where you like, I got my global entry. I'm out of here, guys.
Right. The comments are cracking me up because they're saying it's like having a Disney pass.
It's like having a Disney pass.
Exactly. That's so
100% like that.
Mm-hmm.
But Lisa's like, just don't worry about it, because she thinks she can like flex, and it's like, no. So Angie's like, why didn't you stay by Brittany then? She says, I needed space. I had my AirPods in. I was listening to Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, girl.
I love that Mary goes, not Kendrick.
You know I have that clip to use for the rest of my life. That is my new soundbite.
Forever and ever. And then she's like, yeah, I do love Kendrick. I'm a Kendrick girl. I'm like, okay. That was I don't know if I believe that.
I know. Since they were in interrogation mode, I wanted one person to at least be like, what's your favorite song off the new album? I just wanted to hear like what her answer was if she had one, because it's so hard for me to picture Lisa like bumping to Kendrick Lamar driving down the street. But hey,
like for hours, like that's what she was doing. She was just listening to her AirPods and listening to Kendrick for hours.
Right. Mm-hmm. Kelly Kale said Kendrick is suing.
Mary said, okay, so Mary's like, let me try this angle with Meredith. And she's like, look, I'm not attacking you. I love you. You were hurt. I know that. And then Meredith switches to almost being in tears and goes, yes, well, I didn't have a lot of support at that point. Mm-hmm. Girl, now she's going to this one. I know this is Meredith will make herself the victim no matter what.
Right.
Okay. Heather then goes, you said to me, if I pick Brittany and side with Brittany, we're done. And then Meredith says, I didn't say we're done. I said it was noted. Not what she fucking said at all.
No.
She was very firm. I pulled the clip. She was very firm and said, if you, and even after Heather goes, are you joking? She goes, no, I'm not. I'm done. If you guys aren't done with her, I'm done with you too. Are you kidding?
Right.
No, I'm not. You were firm. You were really
bar for bar. Exactly.
But then Lisa's like, Lisa knows that Meredith did say that. But then she goes, well, you did say in a very classy way that it's either you or Brittany.
I appreciate her not lying here, because I thought she was going to go the route of she didn't mean it like that. You know, it didn't, but she actually said that she said it. And I think that threw Meredith off like crazy. She was like, oh, I was not okay. Oh, well, let me own up to that.
And I think one of my favorite things that Meredith says, I did not say that. She's like, she really hits her knots.
Oh yes. That's her favorite word.
Say that. But I don't even know what Lisa means by this part. She goes, why don't we stop playing the game of Clue and just say, hey, they didn't like your behavior? What?
And also, what is all of this? Like what?
I'm like, what's the game? Isn't that just what they said?
Right. And who got stabbed in the library? Like, what are we talking? How does that game relate to this? I don't understand. Like, we're searching for a victim?
Weird references out. She's always doing that.
I feel like she's always the housewife that like wants that clippable moment. Something like she always, her confessionals especially, but like sometimes just like, what does that mean, Lisa? Like, what is what? Huh?
So true. But then Mary goes, okay, the bottom line is you did not stop. And Meredith, well, that's not possible because I slept. But then Mary changes her tone here and says, the fact that you don't remember concerns me. And I was like, oh, Mary means this.
Yes.
Like this isn't like funny anymore. This is like, no, I actually am getting a little concerned because you're so not remembering. And then Meredith, this is what she says happens. I do remember I got on the plane. I vented to Lisa for a little bit. I put on a movie. I fell asleep. I woke up. I was venting to a friend. They're like, we know that's what you think happened. That's why we're nervous right now.
I would have said, where did the second movie come in? You said you watched 2.
Yeah, I was gonna. What was the other? Do you remember what the title was? That's interesting.
Right.
And it was a 5-hour flight, yet she watched 2 movies and slept.
Girl,
that doesn't even sound like that is possible. But okay. But then she goes, I remember everything, and then looks at Whitney. And I know what you're saying behind my back, so let's not go there, Whitney. Bronwyn talked to Meredith about her chat with Whitney.
I have to applaud Meredith in this moment because, I always applaud Kenya more because Kenya is an expert at it. She will have a lot of heat coming to her, and she will find a way to deflect to where the whole conversation is now about that person and what they did instead of what she did. And I always find it so masterful. And so now not only does Bronwyn have to defend herself, Whitney also has to make her case about whatever she's doing. So now she's out of the hot seat, and she once again gets to position herself as the victim. There we go. Good job.
So I feel bad for Bronwyn, but she does have to, own up to it in that whole moment. But Meredith goes, I do not have a substance abuse problem. And Whitney goes, well, I haven't even said that to you. And Meredith goes, Bronwyn, what were the implications that you walked away with?
Boom.
That you were drinking heavily and you didn't remember. That seems like that is what always happens with Meredith. So we're here. Let's deal with that. Okay. But at this point, I didn't know they were going to go the full route of I am concerned, because you can't do both in this conversation.
Right. 2 entirely different things.
You know what I mean? If you want her just to apologize for her behavior, fine. But if we're going to go all the way to I am concerned about her drinking, well, then that's a separate, different conversation completely.
Yeah, that we approach very differently.
Yeah, where Brittany cannot be mentioned.
Right. Exactly.
Stop bringing her up right now. If this is really where we are, here we go. But dude, Whitney says it to her face. She says, I think it could be one of 3 things. You either have hatred in your heart, you have an anger problem. I do not have an anger problem. Or you have a problem mixing substances.
Yep.
I mean, I was like, damn, she said to her face. And then Whitney goes, do you think it's fair for me to think that after what I saw? No, what you're saying you witnessed, I don't believe you. And you're a known liar. Fucking God.
Yeesh.
There it is.
Goodness.
But this is why we can never keep the blame on someone, because she's not wrong. Whitney has lied and been a mess.
Exactly. It's good job, Meredith. Right, exactly. Exactly.
She's got you there. I'm so sorry, but she's got you there. Bronwyn has had it though. But Bronwyn is like, oh bitch, I have been trying to support you, but now you're gonna throw me under the bus. You outed me at this table. And when Meredith says this line, this is season 1 Meredith, she's never stopped doing this. She goes, no, I gave her a chance to tell me herself, and she didn't. I never said a word. She will deny that she's threatening while threatening all the time.
Very mafia-like.
Even Andy at one of the reunions was like, you are threatening them. She's like, I'm not. I did not. I just said that if you do that, I will come after you.
Right. I will hunt you down in my car with weapons. But no, that's all. It's all okay.
So we don't get anywhere with this conversation. Meredith is not sure where she wants to go with her situation. That's all she can say for now. All right. We're going to leave that. There. We discover Bronwyn is not a U.S. citizen.
Had no clue.
When she was saying that, she was like, I was born in Brazil. What? And my parents are from the UK. I'm so sorry. But then all of her siblings were born here?
Wild to me.
What? I was like, okay, thank you for that.
Also crazy time to mention that too, because girl,
right?
I would have kept it a secret for another 3 or 4 years, right?
Oh, careful. Heather does a Wayfair ad. Heather has been doing all Wayfair promo lately, and she shows her daughter her new office furnished by Wayfair, all by Wayfair. I'm actually getting really sick of it because it's kind of pissing me off. I pay for no ads, okay? And so now there are like QR codes that are popping up on the screen for Wayfair, and I'm like, no, okay, I don't want it. I don't want to see this. It's so tacky.
It's so that's like when you watch a Cardi B. If anybody watches like a Cardi B music video on YouTube, like that first 5 seconds it pops up and it's like, "Do you want to shop?" I'm like, "What? Wait, what am I shopping for? What do you mean?" And Cardi's like in some outfits. I'm like, I'm not gonna wear that. Like I'm probably not gonna wear a bikini that shows like that's not me. I don't know. I'm not gonna wear that. So no, I'll just choose to watch this. The Wayfair is getting heavy-handed though. Boy, oh boy.
And Wayfair's they're sponsoring my show right now. I literally have furnished. I have my entire apartment. 90% of my apartment is
right.
Wayfair. So like I do love Wayfair, but even I'm like, guys, we're taking it too far.
You can always tell because with Housewives, especially, it's never like covert. It's always very like, am I watching an ad right now? Like I always think now I'm gonna start thinking about this because Heather's like, oh, it's all from Wayfair, the #1 online furniture distributor. That I'm like, okay, girl, like calm down. But then I think about like Sheree. Remember we covered that season of Atlanta with the chips. She's like, I'm snacking, these Lay's potato chips to die for. I'm like, okay, girl, like what are we doing right now?
It's like Lisa with the Wendy's. Lisa will have, or she always has to eat Wendy's once on camera, at least once a season. So
every season, literally.
All right. Well, Lisa and Meredith go get their nails done. And Lisa just seems like a total pain in the ass. I don't know why, but when she was like, is there someone who could fix my nail? It broke. I know, it's so annoying. I was just like, oh, she seems awful. Like I would just hate. Didn't she get kicked out of a tanning salon because she was so rude?
It's her favorite story to tell. Yes, because she was rude to the people. And I'm like, Lisa, stop telling the story. This is not a good story to tell.
I know. It's like you should deny that story. That should be a story that people are like, is it true? And you're like, no.
Right. I would never. Exactly. Wait, did you also think
what?
I for 100, I fully thought that they were not gonna have someone come do her nail, but someone actually came over and did the nail. I thought they're gonna be like, ma'am, y'all paid us to do feet in this scene. We don't even really want our damn salon on here, but here we go. Like, but no, someone came over and did it. I was shocked, especially because like they were gonna have to like get that, like, she had a what's it called, like a coffin, not a coffin, but yeah, I think it was an acrylic and had to match the color and everything. I was like, oh, y'all okay.
She clearly goes to, this must be like her salon that she goes to, because
I'm guessing so. Okay,
like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, it's like because I go to the same salon every 3 weeks, and so like if I walked in, I could be like, oh, can Lewis just do the last thing he did? And they'd be like, okay, like, you know what I mean? I guess I kind of can see that. But I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Meredith is the most surprised about Heather, and that Heather was leading the charge against me. Lisa has to always center herself in it too. So she goes, you and me. Yeah.
Right. We were both attacked. Yeah.
We were attacked. We both were under attack. And this is also a scene for me to talk about my feelings.
Yes. Not just you. Yeah. I'm here.
You were not alone. I was there. And I had your back. But now Meredith gets to hang her hat on. This is why it should never have come up. And I kind of do blame Bronwyn for going to Meredith with this outside of context, because like Bronwyn hasn't been around long enough to know that, like, no, this is like a thing. Like, this is like a thing. Like, it keeps happening. It's been like 6 seasons now.
Because when you do that, it makes us think that like, oh, she was watching the show before and she's like using that to base on like people's feelings and stuff like that. And, people always get like really hell bent on that. So, but if I was a housewife, I'd be watching all the seasons. I'm like, let me see what these bitches be talking about. Because
no, yeah, I just like, I feel like she, Bronwyn has a hard time people pleasing and like playing every side and not really like, so she was like, I'll tell Meredith this. It's like, all right. But Meredith now gets to hang her hat on it. Quite frankly, Whitney was the bigger issue. Why is she sitting there trying to judge me and my mental health and my drinking? Duh, of course, this is where she's going to go with it now. But then here's where Meredith's confessional, she says, it seems to me like they're trying to exacerbate the situation with Brittany.
Oh,
and she said it in the scene. She said it in the scene with Lisa as well. So it's like, Lisa got her new word.
Yep. Talking points. Hand out those talking points. There we go.
Exacerbate. Lisa met up with Brittany one-on-one. They flash back to this conversation. Okay, so Brittany goes, I feel like you were absolutely as complicit as the person accosting me, which just shut up. And Lisa goes, well, I think your recollection of what happened on the flight is inaccurate. I feel like I was helping you out, like whether you want to believe it or not. Brittany goes, it was literally the 6th worst thing that has ever happened in my entire life. Which to me says she went through and rated things that have happened in her life.
That's literally some insane stuff. Like that sounds like something I would say out loud to somebody, but like would never do. It's just like that is like the 5th worst thing that ever happened to me in life. When clearly it's like the 482nd.
Yeah,
but
right.
Got to be dramatic a little bit.
Yeah, but also the specificity, the 6th.
Now I want to know 1 through 5. Like what? Girl,
and
what
it's like
talking about?
and what's 7 and 8 and not like what's below it?
Yes, give us a top 10.
I need to like where do you rank these things? Because what? And Brittany asks for, is there anything you can actually say? Like, I'm sorry, Brittany, for not, but I did apologize to you. I mean, I feel badly that you didn't feel like I was supporting you when like I felt like I was. She cannot apologize. She cannot apologize no matter what.
Her or Meredith, because we're gonna see that soon though. But her and Meredith both, I was like, oh, this isn't an apology, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm sorry, but I don't. Okay. And Brittany just go along to get along. So she's just like, you know what? I want to be on this show, so I accept. Thank you.
The best is that when they come back to the scene with Meredith, Lisa's like, I feel like we're in a good place, me and Brittany. I'm like, no, we're how?
Okay.
That's not what happened. But then Meredith, here's the thing, Lisa, as far as it goes with Brittany, I'm sorry for her that she can't hold a relationship. She struggles professionally and is just kind of a sad specimen.
You have to give it to a lawyer sometimes. I crack up between her and Phaedra. They will like come up with sentences that just like flow as if it's just like, I hadn't thought about this at all. But I mean, since we're talking about this loser, how about this? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're like, oh shit. Like
you had those ready.
Right, exactly.
Like, can't hold a relationship? Damn. Okay.
Right. Goodness.
That's not even related to this.
Right. I mean, damn, it's true, but did you have to say that? Damn.
Yeah. Like you've been holding on to that one. Wait to use it. All right. Heather gets a whole long bed ceremony, but I have to say, I really is wild that she kept the exact same bed from her marriage up until now.
That's what I said. I don't, for some reason, it's not like it's like, I guess like gross isn't the word. Cause like, I mean, it's your juices, like you and your husband, but like, it's still like, to me, it's like, it's almost like, when people sage a new apartment to like get the, like, oh no, that's why you can't move on with a new relationship. Cause you still sleeping where you get with your husband. Like, no, get that out of here.
Yeah.
Get it out of here. Yeah.
But in the U-Haul, they debrief on vultures. And this is actually the first time when Heather said, I've never been at odds with Meredith. It's like, she's never had, like, that's never been the feud. They've been like tight the whole time. Whitney's not wrong. She goes, I think Meredith likes to blame me and make me her scapegoat. She's not wrong.
Well, we're about to get a lot of that, Whitney, so buckle up.
She's not wrong about that at all. Like remember the bath bombs?
Yes. Yes.
I love that moment. Your bath bombs. My bath bombs? Your bath bombs. My bath bombs? So good.
So silly.
But Whitney says it. She goes, I'm worried that she really did black out. I told you many times in private, it reminds me of what my dad was like. Ooh. But then Heather co-signs and goes, God, that must be so triggering. Like validating it. I was like, oh, Meredith has written this down. She time-stamped it on this episode 11. She was like, I'm going to take this to the reunion. We will be discussing this at the reunion.
Oh, yes. It's coming back up. Oh yes.
100%. And then Whitney's confessional, so bold. When someone blacks out, from my experience, it's usually a mix of alcohol, drugs, or a bad combination of prescriptions that you shouldn't have. No offense, but like Meredith, that's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like, it's obvious to people. Like, it's just very clear. Like, so like.
Right.
But then she gets to say, when Meredith does not take accountability, that's another trigger for me dealing with addicts in my life. Meredith wrote it down. Trigger addicts.
Now I'm taking on all the things that your father did.
I can. Yeah, she's written it all out. Oh yeah. Well done.
Everything. Yep.
Well done. But then Whitney is firmly pissed about Bronwyn. She's like, I was going to talk to Meredith, but then Bronwyn ran over to her like a little coward, like a venomous, hungry snake. Okay. All right, next up, Brittany and her daughter go to therapy.
You know what? I was literally taking bets with myself. I was like, I wonder if Emily's going to want to cover this scene at all.
And I have to cover it just to get this out of my system and drag Brittany to hell.
Okay.
So Brittany's confessional. I'm still recovering from what happened to me on the plane ride. I'm still very raw. Oh, are you? Okay. But it did give me clarity on what I need to focus on right now. And that is reconnecting with Olivia. Because what else are you going to film?
Exactly. And I'm sorry, that's not the flex you think it is. The fact that you're telling us you had to like be reminded that you want to reconnect with your daughter, that's weird, Brittany. That's weird. Sorry. That's weird.
Somehow tying it to what you want to keep your storyline going. So like what happened to me on the plane made me learn I need to talk to my daughter. No.
Right.
Well, then we hear from Olivia what really happened. When she married her second husband, she became more of a mom to my new step siblings than to me and my sister because she wanted her husband to appreciate her more, love her more.
Ooh.
Oh. And then Brittany goes, I wish there was some way to tell her that I've learned, that I've grown. Where? How? What?
Right. Because you still letting that man embarrass you left and right on TV and everything. You still chasing after him every scene. So, and once again, you have to be reminded that your relationship with your daughter is important. So,
thank you.
Where's the change? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it in the room with us today? I don't think so.
I don't know if I'm being awful for noting this, but is the therapist okay?
What do you mean? Plead your case. I want to know.
Like she looked like her voice sounded like kind of shaky and she seemed almost sickly looking. Like I was like, is she all right?
Okay, now that you say that, I chalked it up. I was like, is she like nervous to be on camera or like what is the okay. Yeah.
And so she's like, if you could tell me what is your number one goal for you coming in and working on your relationship. And Brittany goes, I don't want anything. I just want you to have what you need for you to move on. And this lady goes, but that's not how family therapy works. You get things too. You're just as deserving as I'm like, let me just stop here for a second.
Right.
You don't even know the full story. There is nothing Olivia needs to fucking do for this woman. Do you understand me? Okay. Olivia needs to do nothing. Brittany needs to be begging for forgiveness and actually showing proof of change. She doesn't get shit. Understand me?
Exactly, because we're still thinking about that Starbucks story or whatever coffee shop where you're like, you remember when you were a kid and you would want a coffee and I'd give it to you, and we're like, girl, okay, girl, like, is that the memory you have of your daughter? What are we doing?
Remember that story? No, because I was a little kid. What?
Exactly, and it's not important. Like I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. But then Brittany cries. I just don't feel like I am worthy. I don't feel like I'm worthy of anything. I'm like, she's not. She's not. You understand me? She's fucking not. You understand me right now? Okay.
Because she's even still coming in here and making herself the victim in all of this. And it's like, no, I'm sorry, but you got to get it to Olivia. Like you were the mother in the situation. I understand that, like, listen, we all know Mormon culture. The man is like almost above God, and it's like you have to like plead, like whatever. But girl, you had kids, and this wasn't even like your first. This ain't even they daddy. So like, you got to calm down a little bit. Focus on your kids.
And you focused on your step kids and not your daughters. And they could see that. And so Olivia goes, I feel the same. I feel like I've lived so many years thinking that I wasn't lovable. And so letting people get close to me is hard because I feel like the second they get close to me, they're going to leave me again. Brittany, do you hear that?
Right.
Are you listening? Did that. Okay. And then she goes, oh my God, that's heartbreaking because she has so much to give. And if only I'd made different choices, my kids wouldn't have any of this trauma. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 So therapists, tell me again what she's going to get out of this.
Exactly. Ma'am.
Ma'am is not, she's not getting a damn thing. She is.
No.
Oh.
No, there should be a form of therapy where like we tie parents up and like just make them listen to their kids' trauma like for the hour with a muzzle on. You can't talk. You just have to listen no matter what.
That's actually brilliant. Not even kidding. Because I'm thinking of like they have those, awful camps for like troubled kids. Right. They get like, tortured, but let's like do it for like parents.
Exactly.
And you get tied up and have to listen to what you've done.
Exactly. We'll let. Oh, you know what? That's too. I was about to make way too dark of a joke. I'm not gonna make it. Oh no!
I feel like
you know where I was about to go. I'm like, nope. I'm not gonna make that joke. It involves somebody on Beverly Hills. I was not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make that joke.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I know. I am
gonna see. I know. I am gonna see if people in the comments can guess it though. But I'm not gonna make that joke. I'm not gonna make
it. Right. Yeah. Okay. Bronwyn, Gwen, and Muzzy go to some bonsai tree trimming place because she needs some zen in her life, which just made no sense to me. I was like, why this one? Why bonsai trimming? But this is a long scene, just basically about Bronwyn being sad that everyone is leaving her. Gwen wants to go to Portland. Muzzy is looking for her own place. And I was like, good. I was happy to hear that. I'm like, get her out.
Right. I'm like, that's a big win for you, Bronwyn. Like, are we kidding?
But then Bronwyn goes, is it because of Todd? Because I can get rid of him. And then Muzzy says, I think Todd's going to get rid of you. And she goes, don't threaten me with a good time. And I'm like, okay.
Exactly. Because I'm like, first of all, I don't agree with Muzzy often. I think actually I haven't at all this season. But I was also like, no, girl, she's on to something. I think Todd is a weirdo. So you gotta watch that man with all your might. Okay, that man is a weirdo.
Eyes on him.
Exactly. He's the type. He gives me. I want you to sign a posting up vibes, and I'm like, oh, 100%. Don't you do it, Bronwyn?
100%. And if he does that, just divorce him.
Exactly.
If he does that, say bye bye. We're not staying married. You're not going to have me. No, bye bye. Out of here. All right, Brittany finally gets her big Meredith scene. Which I know, I think this must have been like production was like, no, Meredith, you have to do it. Like we can't.
We're on the plane.
Yeah, like we can't. She's going to be able to. Also, with all these lawsuits and stuff that are popping up here and there, like Britt Eadie's lawsuit against Bravo and NBC. So there's probably an element of like using certain words they've got to be careful about.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I feel like that has got to be something because this felt so forced and Meredith was like kicking and screaming, but like still did it. But here's what pissed me off. This whole scene happens. The fact that Brittany ends up apologizing for being messy and not coming from a place of concern. None of this had to happen.
Right. Right.
The only reason Meredith stayed mad was because Brittany kept like sticking with her stupid story, being like, I'm concerned. No, I'm just worried. Like, I can't ask anything. That's what kept infuriating the situation more.
Yeah. Pretending like you were doing it because you care. Like, no, I'm sorry, but no one publicly talks about someone's husband possibly cheating out of concern for like them and their marriage. No, if you want to be concerned, you pull her to the side, not when you're in the heat of a moment of an argument with her. It doesn't work like that.
And so the fact that she was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And like finally just admitted, I was like, so you did just want to get a fucking scene. because she got her scene. She got her makeup because she's been trying to have one all season long.
Yep.
And she got it. And she got it.
And
next week. Oh, go ahead.
It was literally though, Meredith. That was literally like the most non-apology apology because like you can tell she was like fighting. She was like, I am sorry that you were seated in front of me, while I was talking to a friend. Like she's going through the whole. I'm like, are you what's happening right now? Are you actually apologizing or no? Okay.
I feel like when Brittany finally did apologize, Meredith was able to go, okay, thank you. Now I am sorry because I do understand like Meredith being like, but you still haven't accepted that you did some shady shit and like whatever.
Yep.
Yep.
Next week we have Pirate Wigs and Meredith and Whitney going at it. Pill popper, alcoholic.
Ooh. I'm in love.
I'm in love. I'm in love.
I need to call out.
That's where Meredith's gonna have her little feather pointer, and she's gonna be yelling at Whitney and point because that was in the trailer. I couldn't wait to see what that was.
Yes. Oh, and gonna make them do drug tests. I think, right?
Yes, gonna make them do drug tests.
Oh no. My favorite comment today comes from L Michelle 12 that said Kendrick's Meredith sounds like Eartha Kitt.
Wait a minute, that's so accurate. Wait a minute.
Correct me up.
Spot on.
My favorite Catwoman, okay?
Spot on. That's amazing. Well done. Who said that?
Oh my gosh. There was L.Michelle 12.
L Michelle 12. That is so accurate. That is so good.
Wait, one hot topic I want to talk to you about before we got out of here. Portia has now gone
full official
Facebook official, right?
Yep.
With I forgot the person's name.
What is their name? I was gonna call him Ty.
Basically Ty. Essentially Ty, yes.
Just because like it sticks in my head that Drew said something like that was it at the reunion where she was like because Portia said something to her like maybe I thought Ty would be sitting behind you. And then and then Drew says something to her like maybe she's sitting behind you and she's like maybe I'll get myself a tie.
Exactly. And she did.
And she did.
She did.
I have to say like let's now I'm sure all the lesbians listening can attest to this. Just because Portia's with the woman does not mean this relationship won't go bad.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, the drama that can go down, especially because that type of lesbian, or they trigger something where you're like, are you like you have like a masculine energy, and I call them Turner lesbians.
Turner.
They flip them. They flip them. Even the people who are not, lesbians, they're like, that's different.
They come in. I see a whole like trend on TikTok and like social media where like they talk about studs and how they come in. They're like, I'm gonna treat you way better than your man ever could. And the girls are like, oh, absolutely, I need this because man ain't shit right now. So listen, let's just hope it goes the right way.
Suddenly, woman's like, I never was into women, but
right.
I don't know. That's the thing. It's the thing.
That's
like Morgan.
Concerns me?
Kyle's Kyle's friend Morgan. That's what that one is right there too.
Exactly.
Turner lesbian.
I think this person has like a good amount of money too, but which is Portia. I mean, Portia ain't dating no broke motherfucker. So, but when I looked on her page, I know it. I'm not saying nothing about it because I don't know enough about it. When I looked on her page, though, I was like, "Ooh, I've seen this before." It felt very like not necessarily MLM, but it felt very like I've got a course for you. I want you to come take it. You'll learn like this kind of. That's what it kind of gave me, and I'm not. I just don't know enough about what she does, but just going through there, I got kind of a. I'll just say a feeling. I got kind of a feeling, and
Oh no.
I know. I'm hoping not.
No,
Yes,
you're right.
but-
You're right to be aware of it. You're right to, let's all keep our eyes open.
Right. It is Bravo after all. So we gotta,
It is, we tend to attract those types.
Yeah.
So.
Sway. That's an okay. Wait, okay. Fabulous Faces 5083. She says Sway is rich. She builds salon suites, then moved into teaching. Okay, so now she's in a teaching. Okay, that makes me sound like
that
she's
makes
legit.
sense.
So.
Salon suites makes sense, and that's why it would look like an MLM.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that, because I was very nervous. I was like, oh, wait, what is this? Oh my God. So, okay. Thank you, Fabulous Faces.
Thank you. Thank you. Jennifer says, Sway better get some financial protection. Okay. All right. On that note, I'm going to wrap us up, get us out of here. And Kendrick, as always, you are the light of my life. You are fantastic. You are everything. And I already miss you. I miss you all in the chat too. Bye. But you guys, goodbye. Thank you so much for the chat. Thank you guys so much. We love you. We means it. We'll see you next time.
And our Chloe gave us another super chat. We love you, Chloe.
Chloe, you are the queen. Honestly. Thank you, Chloe. All right. Bye, you guys.
Love y'all.
Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show.
And make sure you're subscribed to and following the I Cannot with Kendrick Tucker podcast and with Kendrick Tucker on Instagram and Threads.
She's Speaking with Emily Hanks is available everywhere you get your podcasts, on YouTube, and also exclusive bonus content is available on the Patreon. If you want to support our shows, please rate and review on whatever platform you listen, or you can buy us a coffee. Links for everything will be in the description.
Love you all. See you next Sunday.